Have you ever been in church or in a meeting or even at your own home and your wife's talking to you, your kids talking to you, and you're listening but not really listening, and after the conversation's over with or the message is over with, you caught parts and bits and pieces of it but don't really know what it was all about. I think we've all been there. I know there's been times that somebody's asked me on a Sunday afternoon what the preacher talked about that morning, and I really struggled to try to remember what they had talked about. And that's because my mind was elsewhere during that message. My mind was on what I had to do the next week or what I'd done the last week or about things that was going on in my life. So in the parable of the sower, Jesus describes four different types of souls. We'll be reading now Matthew 13, verse 19. It says, when anyone hears the message about the kingdom, does not understand it, the evil one comes and snatches away what was sown in their heart. This is the seed sown along the path. The seed falling on rocky ground refers to someone who hears the word and at once receives it with joy. But since they have no root, they last only a short time. When trouble or persecution comes because of the word, they quickly fall away. The seed falling among the thorns refers to someone who hears the word, but the worries of this life and the deceitfulness of wealth choke the word, making it unfruitful. But the seed falling on good soil refers to someone who hears the word and understands it. This is the one who produces a crop yielding 160 or 30 times what was sown. So Jesus describes four distinctive types of soil, each representing a different way people receive God's word. We had the path, which is hardened and unreceptive hearts where the message is immediately snatched away by the enemy. There's no room for it to even take root. Then we had the rocky ground, were shallow hearts that initially received the word with enthusiasm, but lack depth and perseverance. When trials or persecution arise, their faith withers. Then we had the thorny ground, which described distracted hearts choked by worldly cares, the deceitfulness of wealth, and the desires for other things. The word is heard, but ultimately suffocated by the things of the world. And then we had the good soil, open, receptive hearts that hear the word, understand it, and allow it to take root and produce a fruitful harvest. We all have personal responsibility in what kind of soil or heart represents. That while the seed, the message may be the same, the condition of our soul or hearts is our responsibility. We have a role to play in preparing our hearts to receive and nurture what is good. We have to examine our own hearts and figure out which type of soil best represents our current state. I think at different times in life we can have different conditions of our heart. I want you to think about what might be hindering your spiritual growth and actively work on the soil of your heart to remove the rocks and thorns and the things and the distractions that keep you from hearing what God's saying to you. Thank you.